There we go. This podcast contains adult themes and language. The views expressed here are our own opinions and experiences. We are not medical professionals.
In this podcast, we discuss our opinions about mental health, sobriety, addiction, and our pursuit of happiness and peace. This is Sober Mind.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Welcome. Happy Saturday.
That was very
Good morning.
I like that.
We changed it up. I showed Judy. She's like, why didn't we do that before? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I
feel
like that intro. It's much better.
Very pro. I feel like going, all right, everybody, traffic and weather at top of the hour for hot and humid. Fucking humid as shit in the Midwest.
Dude.
Don't drive anywhere. You'll turn into water as you walk outside.
I have a 5-minute walk down here, and it was literally like I just took a blanket and just painted it on me.
I know.
Sweat.
I went on a 4-miler this morning. I was like, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. Happy freaking Saturday, everybody. We got a lot to discuss.
Woo-hoo.
Okay. I've had another really great week. I was talking to Judy yesterday. I stopped her on the stairs and I said, hey. That's what I do. I walk around randomly scaring Judy. She's like, oh shit, what's coming my way now? I was like, this is not a farce. I have been consistently like on the same mood now for a month. It's really been a nice treat. I know that sounds crazy for people that don't understand that, but
you put in a lot of work.
I know. So I went on a run. I met Judy like right at the end. It was Kismet. Ozzy and I were walking down and we ran into her and I said, I can't believe how strong that medication journey was. Now that my head is really clearing up, it's so hard for me to realize what I went through. It was a fucking pain in the ass. It really was. And I was trying to be so patient with it and make sure that we were doing all the bake-in periods with Effexor and Wellbutrin and Depakote. And then Judy said she's kind of disappointed that she got on the Cymbalta as well.
Yeah. Well, I just wish I would have waited it out a little longer, and done a lot more internal work on myself and on my thought process and all that kind of stuff before I threw that medication in there. Because
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah. And I think I was hoping for a different effect from the last time when I was in my 20s and I had to take it because I was a basket case. But yeah, I think I was just hoping for, a better effect of it, and it just didn't. I wish I would have waited longer before I went on it, because I don't think if I would have waited longer, I don't think I would have gotten on it at all.
Well,
do you think I guess I want to ask a question around, do you think taking it discredits it? I mean, did it put you in a state of being that helped you on your next step? It may not have been the solution, ultimately, but
the first time I took it, yes, it did, because it allowed me to process and move forward with whatever I was going through. And I think it might have done a little bit this time, but I think if I would have waited, I wouldn't have needed it.
Yeah. Patrick, very fair question. So let me back up. Thanks for keeping me honest with that. So I want to be clear that I feel like I really needed that in the beginning. I've told people that, a month or two after my sobriety, shit really started to become unhinged, and I had a panic attack so bad I had to call 911. I had to get an ambulance to take me to the hospital. My face felt like it was melting. It was bad news. And then after that, I started having like borderline agoraphobia. Like I couldn't leave the house, man. I was an anxious, depressed, panicky mess. It was a shit show. So could I have waited maybe a month or two to see if my amygdala and cerebral cortex might have, regulated back down? I don't know, but I was so fucking scared that.
Yeah.
And then again with the SSRIs, SNRIs, when the doctors or psychiatrists give it to you, again, there's a $3,000 test you can take, and it'll show you what your body responds well to and all that stuff. But our insurance, I don't know if it covered it. But there's a whole trial and error thing. So, adjust, get the medication, go through just wacky bake-in period, and then they make an adjustment, and they're just going off of what you say. How do you feel? Well, I'm feeling like this. And so, 3 different medications later, I talked to Judy now, and it was like, when I got put on Prozac and Abilify at the same time, it's a pretty strong mood stabilizer. The Abilify is, and I shit you not, we look back on it now, and Judy's like, you don't remember playing this level on this video game? I'm like, no, that was a Prozac moment. I don't. She's like, we're doing really good. We did some credit card maintenance and everything like that, and I wholeheartedly told Judy, I'm like, some of these credit cards and these accounts, I really got us into this jam when I was on Prozac and Abilify. There's a side effect for Abilify that it says some people may succumb to compulsive gambling. I'm like, what kind of side effect is that?
That's intense.
Or weird spending and stuff like that. But it was just, I don't know what it was. I can't explain it. The shit was powerful till I got off of it. Anyway, so sorry to interrupt, babe. I wanted to finish my thought real quick, so because Patrick's keeping us honest. Yes, I needed the medication in the beginning, but when you're trying to be a good steward of the process and get to a stage, I got to the point where I had, depressive episodes. That last one I had while I was on medication was so bad. I told Judy, when I did the admittance on here about the time I had suicidal ideation, I was this close to calling you. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my my alerts. People are pinging me. How rude during our show. That shows our friends are not watching the show.
Get with the program, literally.
Yeah. So I had a depressive episode so bad that I was laying in bed crying. I thought about calling you, but I was like, Patrick won't fucking know how to help me. Then I was like, all joking aside, I just slept for like the day and cried, but I was gonna have Judy taking me to the ER. That's not right when you're on antidepressant medication. It's one of the side effects is severe depression.
Right.
Well, I think you know what I know it works for a lot of people, and a lot of people really do need these medications. But I also think that there's certain people that only need these medications for a short amount of time to help them through whatever they're going through, and then they need to taper off of the medication.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I did.
So I think this is like a double-edged sword for me, and it speaks to the stigma of mental health. Because we don't talk about it a lot, our tools are limited, and pharmacological solutions have really, due to other driving forces, have pressed their way into common lives, right? Take this and you'll be fine type of aspect. But by not discussing mental health and the state of that, even the person with the best intentions going on a lot of things, because they're lifelines. They are meant to help us gain enough clarity or breathing space to get to that next step. Because we don't talk about mental health, a lot of the people or opportunities, at least in my experience with it, you just don't build that toolbox. You just take it's another stasis type of drug. You get it and you're like, all right, I have to learn to accept this as my new normal. In reality, it's giving you kind of an edge so you can continue to build your toolbox. And what I'm saying is a double-edged sword here is because we don't talk about mental health, we resort to drugs. And because we don't talk about mental health, there's not a lot of exit plans and understanding, because you guys talked about a lot of that gray area. Okay, I'm on it at first, but what's it look like coming off? When do I know that I'm confident in myself in it? is it a taper thing or switch thing, or like, do I know, what, I keep on saying toolbox, but behaviors to cope with some of the just life in general.
Yes.
To help you get there.
So thank you for talking about it, Patrick. I know we've talked about it before in different formulas. And look, I want to be clear. If you go back on and watch some of the prior episodes, like around January, February, I did updates. Some of the highest viewed videos that we have is when I just sat here and talked about my medication adjustment. People really are curious about that because you go into YouTube or Google and you type in the keywords and those come up. But I love the term that you used is exit strategy. That's a tough one. My primary care physician is amazing. But when I first started talking about this stuff, I was like, I heard that Zoloft is pretty good. He's like, sure. Wrote me a prescription. Then he's like, let me know how it works. I love him to death, but he even to me is like, they're not equipped to deal with this because these pills, the response rates for 1 out of a million people, it's just what vastly. You and I could start on the same pill right now. We will have a vastly different experience. All three of us.
It's mind-boggling to me that there exist disciplines that prescribe and approach mood stabilizers and or like different aspects of our life without looking at the other, right? What I'm trying to say is like, here's people that can alter our brain chemistry, but like, do they sit down in combination with you to talk about like, when you're angry, how do you process that? Like, or what's your general, like, I guess I'm just coming from the aspect of like, again, really preaching modality and having a plethora of modalities for your,
right.
Yeah.
Is important.
They don't give you a manual that comes along with that medication. Here's the medication and here's everything you need to know about it and how you need to move forward with it. They just say, here's the medication. Right. Let me know how you do.
Yeah, it's the witch doctor science part of medicine still, because the brain is so mystical. You got an infection, they give you an antibiotic, they say, see me in a week. How do you feel? It's gone. I feel better. Good. Done. End of discussion. With the brain, it's, you tell me. And then again, I love that what you said about the exit plan. That's, when I started talking to my psychiatrist, I'm like, I think this is no good anymore. I think I want to start weaning off. She's like, nah, too soon. I was really frustrated by that. And so that's when I threw a fit and I just fucking quit cold turkey everything. And that was
it's the worst thing to tell you no. All right, this is what I'm going to do now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I know.
I'm the
like,
same
joke's
way.
on you. I didn't take it this morning already.
She probably knew you. She's playing 4D chess over here.
Yeah.
She's going to meet up with you in a year. So how'd you like my plan to get you off that?
Yes. Good. Maybe you're right. Maybe. Touche. Maybe that was, she's like, I'll show that son of a bitch.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about that too. Like I'm on just standard blood pressure meds for mine. And like, I was thinking about it. I was sitting in front of the doc and he was great. Like, I think last year he caught, like I was having issues with like my grip and some pain in another part of my body, and he found out it was like my posture, so he sent me to physical therapy.
Okay, we have the tree to tackle and firehouse subs, and then we're just gonna lounge about today.
Nice.
Enjoy your laundry.
Yep.
I would say things, but I'm just nodding along. Yep. Yep.
All right, Judith, we're going to wrap it up. Patrick, thank you so much. This has been amazing as always.
Thank you as well. It is.
Thank you as well, my love.
All right, let me figure out how to quit the music. Okay, let's roll our outro. Here we go. By popular demand, Kellen Francis.
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, please contact the Suicide and Crisis Hotline at 988. Also, If you need help with addiction recovery for yourself or someone you know, please check out Al-Anon. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. You are loved.
Thanks for listening. Check out the Sober Mind live stream at youtube.com/@sobermind.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Be kind to yourselves.
Be patient with yourself.
Damn, Judy just...
I was like... Just a line. Be patient.
Fucking be patient. All right, be patient.
You are loved.
Practice gratitude. You are loved. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.